people, right?
Oh my God, I gotta do a Q&A.
Let's do that.
Yes. By the way, you look like
So do you.
Oh,
You
terrible.
clown.
What the
Virtual reality. Hi, I'm Danny Murphy.
I'm Evan Real.
And namaste, bitches. Because wow, while Teresa got a full house there. There was not a lot of namaste backstage, Evan.
It's called the Cathedral. I brought God back into my life now.
church.
Maybe this will bring good
Shocked
vibes.
it didn't burn down with your ass in it, actually.
Oh my God, it was such a wild time. I could not believe my eyes and ears. And after Danielle and Aydin went through the whole situation, talking shit to each other's face.
She's keeping it fresher.
That was Maya.
Yeah,
Oh
okay,
my
but
God,
you know
you're a
what? We're gonna
joke,
just
dude.
leave this about Teresa right now.
Joke, dude.
Danielle put the period at the end of this confrontation. By the way, you look like
By the way, you look like
I like I don't think that Jennifer Aydin looked like shit. I'm not laughing because I thought she looked shit. She looked amazing. I think she's a beautiful girl. Danielle's a beautiful girl too. What is just so funny about the situation, it just feels like one of those impulsive thoughts that you have. And most times for myself, I don't know about you, Danny, the impulsive thoughts typically don't win. But I love to see them win in this situation. It really made me LOL.
It's also, I mean, there were so many things going on. My head first went two places. One, she did exactly like Gwyneth Paltrow after she won the dollar from the ski trial. She's like, Gwyneth said, "I wish you well" before stepping out. And also, it reminded me of Taylor Swift. By the way, I'm going out tonight. By the way, you look tonight. It was all that. And I do think had Jennifer not been sitting next to the door, Danielle wouldn't have done this. I think she kind of was like, well, if I'm passing my enemy, who I previously just said, I'm shocked this church didn't burn down because you were in it, because of your soul. I gotta do, you can't just do like when you're getting up to go to the bathroom and like you don't want to knock over the salt shaker at the table next to you, like, excuse me, sorry. She can't do that. She has to go, you look like
Brenna, she really did have to give it a grand finale. But I do like how Jennifer wasted no time talking about you look like too.
By the way, you look like
So do you.
Oh, terrible.
Clown.
So each girl got her jab in, and we love to see it.
Oh, we are so delighted because also Danielle has really been given it this season because the word on the street was that she wasn't going to be at this event. And then when she walked in, a la Jill Zarin surprise, and like walked in to Jennifer Aydin kind of talking about her to every single person at this event. Like
Danielle was like, you mother. I said you wanted to get paid. You dogged your hair, girl.
that girl she was stuck talking to, like, I feel like the girl asked Jennifer Aydin, like, hi, how are you? And Jennifer's like, let me tell you about Danielle, because it looked like such a long conversation going on. And I do feel Danielle kind of was like, okay, clocking that. So they knew something was gonna go down here, despite Dolores' hope this entire episode to just make things right with everybody.
I thought it was so funny when Jennifer Aydin pulled those two randoms to the side to talk about the whole Danielle situation and the dogged hairdresser and I forget, was there another thing that she brought up? There was a hairdresser and there was something else.
Oh, and she said, and she called me bleep, 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 bleep. And I'm like, she said, you're dirty. I don't know if she did all the bleeps.
Like maybe there was something that was edited out, which by the way, Danny, you and I were talking earlier. I feel like a lot of stuff is getting edited out of the season. Like, well, with this whole Danielle and Aydin thing, I don't remember Danielle ever talking about a bleep 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 to bleep bleep bleep. Like I think it was just a you are dirty situation, but who knows? Maybe there was
I do remember now. I do remember her saying, "You mother effing a-hole." But I don't know if that's bleepable because I remember hearing it.
I think
if a bleep falls in Jersey, it's usually the C word.
Right. Yes. Which was somehow missing from the Margaret and Dolores catch-up because that was something that really confounded fans in the preview for this whole season is there was this meetup between Dolores and Margaret, and I forget who was calling who a C word. Do you remember who called who the C word? I feel like Dolores.
I want to say Dolores called Margaret because I remember being shocked because I was like, Dolores. And I think even Margaret was like, what's happening?
Right, yeah, but they had the sit down, and it was a sit down because you were talking about that happened when she was wearing the purple top or something,
yes.
Right?
And they were at Dolores or at Paulie's townhouse. So I was really confused how that was. I'm like, what? Why are things being edited out that we want to see that we saw clips of?
Yeah, it's so strange, and I honestly can't believe we only have I think just 2 episodes now after this episode, because there was so much in the trailer and the previews for this whole season that I'm like, oh my God, when is it gonna happen? Like I'm thinking about Teresa and Louis in front of the house with the producer and the money issues. We haven't really gotten any of that.
Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
I feel we haven't gotten that. Yeah. And what do you make of Teresa really trying now that she refound God? Namaste. Amen. What do you feel about her hope of Jennifer and Danielle reuniting? And I also am curious your thoughts on Jennifer kind of comparing it to her whole situation with Joe Gorga.
Listen, like, I love you guys, and I want to help fix you guys.
There's some things that you just can't fix. Right? You have certain relationships in your life that you can't fix, right?
Because did you catch that when Jennifer's like, there's a lot of people you don't want to talk to, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think Jennifer Aydin sort of makes a point there, but at the end of the day, the dynamic between Danielle and Jennifer Aydin does not run as deep or as dirty as Joe Gorga and Teresa. So I don't know if that argument stands up completely. I mean, if she doesn't want to make amends with Danielle, then I guess the point was taken. Teresa did, after the whole, like, by the way, you look like Teresa finally did the mental math. Like, okay, it seems like these girls don't actually want to make up, and let me just not get myself involved. I don't know. I think that the dynamics in Jersey are constantly evolving. I don't think this is like the end for them if this same cast, and that's a big if this same cast comes back for the next season, because I think at the end of the day, Danielle and Jennifer Aydin are committed to their craft, and if an alliance needed to be formed, it would be formed to keep the show pushing forward, which I think, Danny, is happening with this whole Aydin and Melissa Gorga thing. I think it's very weird that Teresa allows Jennifer Aydin to go to all these Melissa Gorga events, like the fashion show. I think next week she's going to some Rachel Fuda hosted sleepover party. So I don't know. Do you think that's because Aydin and Teresa might have like an off-camera agreement? Like, look, we're filming a show. I have to show up. We have to create tension. Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
I hope there are moments when Jennifer Aydin's like, oh, I am 45, I think. So like, I guess I do have free will. I think Teresa, well, I wonder if because we're not really getting to a lot of when Teresa was saying that she's like always in, well, Jennifer said Teresa's always in knots and she's really panicking and stressed.
No, every time I talk to her, her stomach is in knots.
Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff going on.
I wonder, and I think she said it was about Louis' ex and a court case. So I wonder if she's kind of so wrapped up in all that. She's kind of like, Jennifer, I don't even know what you said is in your Google Calendar. Just like, go. Because I don't think Teresa would let it slide otherwise to go to a Melissa thing, even though she has been like doing it so far this season with her.
Yeah, I think that's actually probably a good point. Like maybe there's so much going on with Teresa that she can't be bothered.
Yeah, that's what I kind of think. And I also do love, well, I don't love it for her, but I feel this entire season and maybe like the past 3 seasons, Jennifer Aydin, like after a huge blowout happened, she's like, and why did no one have my back?
And all you guys sat there silent. You think I'm gonna make up with that trash box?
I know, because she was like, when Danielle said that she looks like a piece of shit, or looked like shit, she was like, you guys just sat there silently, and then she and Dolores kind of were yelling at each other, and I was like, what are you girls yelling about exactly?
Trash box. Don't talk to her like that then. Don't talk to her like that. Don't talk to her like that.
Come on,
No. Don't talk to her like that.
I couldn't decipher if Dolores was like, I think Dolores kind of like, don't yell at us, yell at her. You're a tough girl. Like, why are you giving us all this heat that is for her? Even though I think the heat was about no one applying any heat to Danielle about Jennifer, which like, I don't think any of those girls would have done because they're friends with both of them.
Well, I do think, yeah, that's true. But I do think it is kind of like a weird thing. And I don't know how you would react in a situation like that. But if I had 2 friends who were not getting along and one friend said to my other friend's face, by the way, you look like shit, I think I would have a reaction like, oh, come on, Danielle, or like, don't say that, stop that. You would be laughing.
I was gonna say, I would go like, I would go like that. I take another look at my friend who just got called, they look shit. I was like, do they? They don't.
Yeah.
Okay, what's happening? And it would be just a very much, it would be, that could almost be the LOL moment where it's like, Danielle, get back in here. She's saying you look like a clown now. Like, what are we doing?
Okay, so
You
okay.
would have tried to stop it right there, though.
I don't know if I would have tried to stop it, but I think I would have let out some sort of comment to let my other friend know that it was out of line for the one friend to say to her face, "You look like."
You would have done, which like a clip has been going kind of viral, at least in my mind lately, of like when it'll connect when Kenya unfortunately like told Cynthia about her dog passing away, and she goes, and Kenya's like, Cynthia, you would have done that to your friend. You were like, no.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, I would have very much had a reaction like that. I feel like now I don't know what my reaction would have been like if someone said to my face,
Hey, I haven't been to envy you.
I know. She sent us all dresses.
She sent 2 dresses.
She sent us all these dresses.
Oh.
Melissa sent us these dresses. What did she send? Oh, is that what did she send you that? Did she
Wait,
send
no, because it was so good. No, because Margie, not Marge. She walked on. We all look so good. You look so good. That's envy, right? Because she sent it all to us, right?
Excuse me. Oh. We got levitation on the hair? I love it.
Did you get that at Envy?
No, I got this at Black Hay. I haven't been to envy you.
I look.
Check FedEx.
I will always continually hate that Marge and Jackie are not getting along, but that scene did give me a little bit of life just because it was so light and petty and low stakes and shady. I mean, look, Margaret said what she said. It gave me a little giggle. I do like how Jackie, though, immediately was like, okay, this is not my vibe. I'm not here for the mean girl stuff, and walked away. So I think they both handled the situation as best they could, but it was a little funny.
And also,
It was mean. It was mean. Whether Margaret, I think I felt like Margaret knew she was being like a little mean.
well, because I think what happened, because I thought Dolores said Margaret was gonna have a sit down with Jackie, but that never happened because they started with like a. It's why I think they could work it out. Because Margaret's like, well, I never would like assassinate your character, and Jackie's like, well, you said this to me, and Margaret's like, well, that's after you said this to me.
They called me a pathetic loser, fame whore.
You're desperate for fame and popularity. That was only after you said you're so much smarter and better than me, and I'm down here.
I'm 1,000 times smarter
No,
than
you're
you.
not.
Okay, so don't play your mind games on me, okay? I never said I'm better than you.
You did.
I don't talk like that to people.
It's okay. We're not gonna go tit for tat. Don't worry about it.
So I almost kind of feel like they both were like, okay, we just like both said some like to each other. I don't know if that will be like a bygones be bygones, or they're like, yeah, you did say some shit. You know what I mean? So it's tricky, but they didn't have like as explosive of a situation as I thought they would have at Melissa's event.
When you break it down like how you just broke it down, Diddy, that actually makes a lot of sense. Like they both have admitted that they have done wrong in their friendship. And I think the great thing about Margaret and Jackie specifically among this group, among this cast, is they're both specifically smart. Like they are emotionally intelligent women. And I think that they're both great at, for the most part, taking accountability when they do mess up. And I think that that ability is such a rarity among the Real Housewives of New Jersey, but it could facilitate future peace for the two of them because and skill that they have.
And I mean, we're still waiting on updates about Joe's health on the show. I'm also not sure now, but in all this, Jackie and Joe have such a loving relationship. I feel there are a lot of things going on in their lives where it's like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean?
True. Yeah, I also think with that situation happening behind the scenes, like we got a little bit of it, not a lot of it, but like health stuff really impacts you internally. And I feel like Marge, as we saw on the show, she was kind of spiraling about it. Like she was crying. Like obviously when you think your husband or spouse potentially has cancer, like that's really, really tough. So I think sometimes when you're dealing with that like deep inside, it sort of creates space for one to be a bit spicier than they might normally be, you know?
Because all your energy is on that. So like a little single thing could hit such a nerve and you're like, okay, I'm going to release on this. I'm going to release on that.
And the dress comment, it being a little spicy, it probably felt good to.
And Oh, 100%. And it's also so bad I could so see myself doing something like that too, which I'm looking inward about.
And I didn't want to say that, Danny, but when she did that, it felt very you. Like it felt very you. Okay, I'm glad that you're acknowledging
Oh,
it because
owning it.
I,
Owning it. Because I
I
would have,
really thought of you.
that means so much to me. Because I would have walked in and be like, everybody looks so amazing. Complimentary. It's all envy, right? Seeing Jackie, I think Jackie was in pants. So like we're all in envy dresses, right? Clearly no, but
Well, I will say Jackie looked really good. She looked really, really good. And her blonde is so pretty. The shade of blonde is so, so, so gorgeous. And her tan is always on
and
point.
like the mermaidy hair.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes, she has the blonde hair and the tan and the brown eyes. That's like my favorite combo because it reminds me of Britney Spears and Jessica
Oh,
Simpson. I
beauty
love.
for her. And also everyone at the Envy fashion show looked great because that's what Marge and Aiden were even bonding over. Where they're like, at least we all look good.
Yeah,
And I
exactly.
like that they're kind of like in a like an under yeah.
Yeah, it was the vibe was interesting. I caught an
Which
interesting vibe there. Yeah.
also because I don't know, Marge, I think we see each other and I don't know if this is why, but I could see if I was in her shoes being like, oh, so this is the girl my ex-best friend is now being so close with, who like wants to talk to me sometimes. Oh, hi.
Hello, Margaret. You look beautiful.
I've been seeing you. You look good.
Thank you.
You holding up?
I'm holding. Yes.
Hi. So I don't know what the levels is there.
Yeah, that's that I could see that being a little part of it. A
But
part
I
of the
think also Marge and Aiden always, I feel they always have a moment in every season because they have been so combative for years. But they have like an episode or two, I feel, every season where they like click. And I
Mhm.
think they might not get each other, but I think Margaret finds Jennifer Aydin. I think they find each other entertaining.
Totally. I think they're very amused by each other and
Yeah.
they're waiting to see what the other one does next. I always think about that diner episode, their meet about the diner and how nice and emotional and sweet that
Oh.
was. So I feel like there is a potential for those two to get, I mean, look, I don't know after this year and the social media drama and the blogger and the this and the that and the lies and the screenshots. I think it's probably a done game for those two girls, but over the years it's been nice to see their moments of
I'm
connection.
also glad like little Tiffany's just been popping up here and there. Haven't
Oh
heard
yeah,
her say like a word really, but she looked great.
Tiffany looks great. She's so beautiful, and so is the Kayla girl. And these two, Kayla and Tiffany, keep popping up, which makes me think that they filmed more than what is being
I think so
shown.
too. I would
I feel
assume so.
like some friend of vibes, possibly. I don't know. I feel so bad for them because obviously they signed their release forms, they got glam, and then we only saw about 36 seconds of them in total throughout the whole.
Would you rather would you rather have a that moment where you're like, oh, I'm not even like really like showing anything. I'm just like looking pretty in corners. Or would you be Tracy Barber,
Oh,
where you know,
you sitting pretty in corners.
I would rather be like, oh my God, we need more Tiffany. Not, no, I swear I was at the reunion. Damn TiVo.
No, I know. And then her little leg popping out in certain moments. Poor Tracy. I hope she's doing all right. Do you know what? Honestly, Tracy, it worked out well for her because I don't know if sweet little Tracy could handle all the toxicity that has become of the Real Housewives of New Jersey.
I don't think she could. And also because she has like a high profile husband, I think it's just for the best that
Not involved, yeah.
they are doing their own thing. But yeah, that I know it's really hard, but I think Tiffany did. At least Tiffany, I hope you take solace in that.
Yes. And also, I mean, look, it seems like the cast is going to get some sort of shakeup for next season because what's going on now currently isn't sustainable. So it might actually work out better in Tiffany and Kayla's favor that they weren't shown so much on the season because now we're not going to associate them with this current season. So if they do wanted to do some sort of like reboot, retooling, hopefully they're still up for some positions on the
Okay,
show.
that's true. And they both keep on coming up, or at least Tiffany under as like Danielle's friend. So maybe that's a good sign because Bougie's been delivering this season too.
She really has been. Yeah, and so are her kids. I mean, the kids bopping, they're bopping around. They're so cute. They're so excited.
And also like the manifestation journey that we all know Danielle Cabral has been on for like reality TV and her future Emmy that's in her Instagram bio. If like they end up rebuilding Roni or Ronjay around her, I don't know. I just know like Barbara Streisand, I'm the Greatest Star will be playing there. And I know she knows that song 100%.
I know. I hope that there is more for Danielle Cabral to come in the future. She deserves it because you can tell that she just really enjoys the process of
And
being.
like her whole family's so comfortable on cam too.
Yeah, I know. Even though we're still waiting for the dad to show up, which I hope he does at some point. I feel bad for her in that situation. But do you know what? I literally had the same thought right before the producer asked, why does it always have to go through Nate?
Why can't you reach out to your dad? Why does it have to go through Nate?
I admit I'm weak. I am not strong enough to do it myself. Because when my brother cut me from his life, I think that's a feeling I'll never get over. So if I come out of my comfort zone and get rejected, it would destroy me for a long time.
See, and that's where I step in.
When they explained it, it kind of made sense because basically Danielle was like, if he rejects me, I will be ruined for months, possibly years to come. So Nate can kind of like filter the communication, and if the dad says something crazy or something super supportive of her brother, her estranged brother, that would set Danielle off. She doesn't have to hear it, and therefore her personal perception of her relationship with her dad won't move backwards, hopefully.
Well, now you're making me scared because are his excuses real, or is it kind of like, no, it's okay, we don't have a chimney. Santa knew the back door. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he had an appointment. Oh, he had.
Oh, that's such a good point. I hope they're real. I mean, look, what you don't know won't hurt you. So I'm just praying that Danielle and her dad can
For
make amends.
some things, that's true. What you don't know won't hurt you.
Right? Isn't that what they say?
Not the medical field,
know.
but other fields, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Wait, also speaking of we were talking about how dad didn't show up to her fashion show. With Melissa's fashion show, I was kind of like looking a little bit sideways at Jennifer Aydin when she was shading Melissa for having a fashion show using clothes that aren't technically her designs. Which, like, that's not a new concept.
Like, has she ever watched the Posh fashion show? Jersey's built on boutique fashion shows.
Yeah, it's a boutique because if it was a Melissa Gorga standalone store where it was like she was the design, like we know Melissa Gorga is not the Oscar De La Renta of Newark. We know it's a boutique. Like it's a boutique. She buys clothes.
Boutique.
We've seen her, figure out what she wants to sell. Like we know what's going on. For her to even say that, I was like, that's a little bit of a stretch.
I wonder if like maybe she's like, okay, I'm at this event. How do I support Tree? Like, I don't know if it's like her like trying to be maybe, or also, she also says things when she's a little tipsy girl that she doesn't always mean.
No, I think it's the former, Danny. I think she was sitting there in the interview and she was like, what shade can I throw? Or she was sitting there front row asking these questions too, and then followed up in the confessional. I think in both instances, she was probably like, okay, I'm here at Melissa's event, but I don't want to piss Teresa off, so let me take a little tiny shit on Melissa right now.
I just don't understand this concept of having a fashion show with clothes that are not your fashion. It just doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm. And also kind of how her and Marge align, because like this fashion show is so cute, good clothes. She didn't design them, right? Like, the answer to that.
Right. It was
Two Aries were in their full
mode.
Wait, I was dying though because I also was thinking of Jennifer Aydin when we were talking about Danielle Cabral. Imagine like this season or the season finale, Jennifer Aydin just walks into an event with Danielle's dad. Hi! Oh, he's friends with Biscuit.
Stop. I could not.
Namaste.
If that's what causes all the glasses to break at rails, I can kind of see that.
Oh my God. Yeah, truly.
But I feel like Jennifer Aydin would be the one to be sliding into Danielle's dad's DMs right now, talking about what shit. Like, we're going to figure.
Help me. Who else did she dog? Yeah. I'm trying to yoke her. Trying to Yoko Ono her. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. So okay, so we have 2 episodes left. What did it look like was going down in the next episode? I'm trying to remember what the preview was about.
Well, now I just have I'm going down stuck in my head. I'm going down. What was happening? Yeah, I have no. I think it was like something. Oh, it was the slumber party,
Oh yeah, the slumber party. Yeah. Yeah.
but something Teresa wasn't there, so I'm assuming maybe this is like the Teresa with Louis Sitch.
I know, but it wasn't part of the preview, so I'm like really confused. But maybe I think we'll probably what I assume will happen is we'll get more into Aiden feeling like Teresa isn't there for her the way she's there for her because we saw in the trailer that they have the sit down where she's like, I don't feel like you've been the best friend to me. Like
That's okay, yes.
I'm sure it's going to be about that. And I'm sure that the reason they're having that sit down is because Teresa, it's one thing to go to Melissa Gorga's fashion show, whatever, Melissa Gorga is dead to Teresa, but to go to Rachel Fuda's PJ slumber party
With Marge?
Yeah, that's crossing a line.
And also, wait, maybe there's growth because isn't Danielle Cabral there too?
I think so. I think I looked like everyone was there except for Kayla and Tiffany are probably there.
You know, they're
And
like
Tracy.
Tracy's like, no, I swear, I have the Uber receipt. Or no, Tracy got there and they're like, okay, so can you hold the gaff? She's like, what?
Do you know? And she would. I feel like Tracy would.
Because she's a consummate professional.
Yeah.
Never met her, but I hope the best for her. I hope I run into her at King's.
Isn't her background like in television production? Right? No? Oh, didn't she have like, wasn't there like a whole situation at the Today Show or something? What happened? Wait, give us a little recap for those who don't know.
I thought that's where they met. Well, he was.
Kiki and Tracy?
I thought so.
Okay, there was some sort of dramatic television production situation for
Yeah.
Tracy, which I think they denied before, right?
Oh, then maybe I'm just thinking. I thought they. Yeah. Yeah, was cheating on his pregnant wife with her when she was a 23-year-old intern.
Okay. Where were the cameras back then?
Tracy's like, no, I'll bring it. She walks in with Danielle's dad.
And the gaff.
Oh. Hello.
For her own scene.
Oh my God, girl, get a YouTube channel. Oh, you know we subscribe.
Oh, 100%, please.
Yeah. Okay. Well, while we wait to check in with Tracy, I know I'm really curious to see how this season wraps itself up. It hasn't been a bad season. I feel everyone online has been loving the season. They've been confused by the season and of the shortness of it. When they announced 3 episodes left, everyone's kind of like, huh?
No, I was like literally like I like had to do a double take. I was so confused. Like only 3 episodes left. What? I feel like it has been a really good season, and I feel like 3 episodes isn't enough to satiate my New Jersey desire.
Because it goes slumber party now. Teresa's issue outside rails?
I guess so, but we only have 2 left. This episode was 1 of 3. So it better be a jam-packed finale.
Time will tell. And you know what? Like you said, what you don't know is good for you.
That's right. What you don't know won't hurt you. So maybe they just don't want to hurt us by possibly cutting things out of this season.
They're like, there's no more episodes. You just connect the dots. Yeah.